So what's up guys, I'm Black Ops Amazing, welcome back to another video. Today I've got some very exciting news, or in a way, I guess it's not really exciting, it's a little bit disappointing, but we have information on the next Zombies map, when it will be coming, along with the Outbreak Easter egg, and a few other things as well. We already know from looking at the Season 3 roadmap, neither the Outbreak Easter egg or the next Zombies map, which we know is Berlin, is mentioned. Yet, we were told by Treyarch back in Season 2 that this season, we'd be getting the Outbreak Easter egg, but it's not in the roadmap, so what's going on? Well, Treyarch have just released a brand new interview on their YouTube. They've also given us information about this on their blog. They said, the dark ether story will continue to unfold throughout the new in-game intel discoverable in Outbreak in Season 3, setting up the events leading to the main quest coming to Outbreak later in the season. Without spoiling anything, we'll just say the secrets uncovered in Outbreak will tie directly into the narrative for our next round-based Zombies map, which is currently in the works, as well as future seasons of Zombies content. So the Outbreak Easter egg is still coming, and you will see from the Treyarch interview that I'll play you in just a minute, they do confirm that. More than likely we can expect it in Season 3 Reloaded, which is about a month away. And as for our next round-based Zombies map, Berlin, well again, in this blog, they say it's currently in the works, but in the interview, Craig Houston, who is the main writer, says more than likely it'll be coming in Season 4, which we kind of could have guessed anyway. I don't think they're going to give us two main Easter eggs in one season, so we'll have the main Outbreak Easter egg in Season 3 Reloaded, and then hopefully the Berlin map at the start of Season 4. But who knows? It could be later than that. We still have at least 2 months to wait, which is really quite disappointing. If I'm not wrong in saying, Black Ops 3 had 4 Zombies maps by now, and Black Ops 4 had 6 Zombies maps, whilst Cold War has 2 Zombies maps. You could say, yes, the DLC is free, but some people, not me, have put a lot of money into this game through skins. They've invested into this game because of zombies. When you buy it day one full price, you expect the same amount of Zombies maps that you would get regularly. If I knew we had 2 Zombies maps by now, if I didn't have to, I probably wouldn't have bought the game. The point is, to have 2 Zombies maps by April, and one of them is a launch map, we've just had 1 DLC Zombies map, it's extremely disappointing. But in this interview, they do talk about a few other things to do with zombies, and since they can explain it better than me, well, let me just play it for you guys.
It's time for one of my favorite parts of our studio broadcast, meeting up with the Zombies crew. And with that, we are joined today by Corky Lemcule, our studio creative director, Craig Houston, our lead writer, Kevin Drew, expert game designer, and Anthony Saunders, lead level designer. Gentlemen, welcome to the broadcast.
Hey, how's it going, John?
Hi, John.
Outbreak's launch was a huge success in Season 2. More people played Black Ops Cold War Zombies than even at the launch of the game. And you guys delivered some new Outbreak content in Season 2, and it sounds like the story's about ready to take off. Corky, Craig, why don't you jump in, tell players what's in store for Season 3?
You know, after our initial setup on the first couple of round-based maps, characters are starting to develop their own agendas, and there's a lot of stuff brewing within the story, and that's something that is definitely going to take off in a big way during Season 3, because I don't want to get into spoilers, but like I say, there's a lot of characters that have been kind of in the background or on the sidelines that are going to start to take a more prominent role in driving the story forward, if that makes sense. I think it does make sense. I think, Corky, do we even want to talk about the fact that later in Season 3 we will have a main quest?
So as Season 3 progresses, we will be unlocking the main quest for Outbreak. You know, as with all main quests, it'll involve the narrative and evolving the story of our characters.
And things will never be the same again afterwards, will they, Corky? This is where the story is, like I say, you know, we've been trapped in this kind of Cold War arms race between Omega and Requiem. But like I said earlier, the agendas of individual characters are going to start to push that in a slightly different direction, which will set us up more for future seasons.
Anything in particular that you want to call attention to, like whenever you talk about all the story intel that's coming people's way?
Season 3 is very much about building on what we've achieved so far in Outbreak. You know, besides a lot of new intel and a lot of new story stuff and new gameplay features, we're kind of just starting to tease the events that are going to lead us into our next round-based Zombies map that will come in a future season, probably Season 4.
Well, what we have at our disposal now at the launch of Season 3 are a number of gameplay features that we want to touch base with Kevin and Anthony on. Kevin, Anthony, it sounds like you guys are opening up a new region.
Yeah, we've got Duga incoming, which is actually, it has been one of my personal favorites for a while. Glad to see it coming out to the people. Yeah, it's like a blend of forest and like urban industrial settings. It has like this just rained on look and this giant array that you can see in the background here in the map. So it's a larger map. So vehicles are going to come into play for that. So I think players are going to like it.
It sounds like as you kind of dig into this map experience, there are some expanded objectives. There's some new intel that it is kind of loaded throughout the experience for players to find.
Yeah, so every time we're adding a new region, an entire batch of new intel comes with that experience. Every objective has new versions within this new space. We've also this season gone back and added additional locations for existing objectives in old spaces. So there's a reason to go back and experience those places as well. And that includes new intro points. And it's kind of amazing when you infill at a different side of the map how different it feels just moving through that space to get to that objective.
When you talk about sort of that experience, if we could expand a little bit more on some of the new world events that players will be able to interact with, upgrades, round skips, fill us in on what's happening there.
This is really exciting for me. We're adding the FAV and the cargo truck, which is a brand new vehicle this season, to the mode. And both of these vehicles come with a mounted turret, which adds a new dynamic to moving through this world and mowing down zombies. 4 crates have shown up in Outbreak with Season 3, each allowing you to upgrade a dye gun if you happen to stumble upon one to its upgraded form. These are in set locations, and players will have to go out there and discover where they are. We have a new world event being added. It's called the Fury Crystal, and it's this timed kind of scavenge hunt where you destroy a crystal, and you have to, several more crystals spawn in the local area. You have to go and destroy all those in a time limit. And if you're successful, it'll drop the Aether tool. It allows you to upgrade the rarity of any gun you're holding. So it's a very powerful item. And this world event will allow players a way to dependably earn that item if they can meet the challenge of destroying all those crystals in time.
How about you tell us a little bit more about the new field upgrade that's in store for Season 3?
Toxic Growth is the new field upgrade being added to zombies for Season 3. It is the ability to summon a deadly patch of weeds that can effectively shut down a space. So the idea here is that you would plant it at a key location like a barricade window or in front of a defend console. And as zombies enter this giant bush, they start to get slowed down and take chunks of damage. It also slows down and deals damage to elites and specials. So it can be used in all sorts of kind of interesting ways to help you survive.
I just think it's a really, really interesting and cool field upgrade. I mean, even in our play tests, I've seen people use it in some very creative ways. So it'll just be really cool to see how the community at large ends up finding ways to use this and make objectives easier for themselves and make themselves more powerful. So yeah, excited about that.
You know, I have to hand it to you and the team. Like Toxic Growth, if it can't double as like a punk band name, it doesn't go in zombies, you know? Right. All right, new challenges. Sounds like there are a number of new challenges in store for Season 3.
With every season, we add 20 new challenges as you move through the ranks. This season is inspired by Outbreak. We try to use these challenges to encourage players to try different play styles or strategies, and you know that's no different here. These challenges are all about Outbreak and doing different things in the mode.
So we were talking to Miles a little bit earlier, and it sounds like a lot of the weapons that he sort of set the stage for are making their way into the zombies experience. Anthony, you've got a favorite.
Oh yeah, the PPSH. It's actually an old favorite of mine from the World War II games. Just love that distinct sound of it. And just I ran around in a couple zombies maps with it. It just has a nice steady feel. Just a really great gun. And always the more guns, always good to play with, more camos to unlock. So always ready for that.
It sounds like that there will be some new Onslaught content for PlayStation players, and it sounds like it's coming with the Yamantau map at launch. Kevin, what can you tell us?
It's just another fun map to be playing Onslaught on. It's a unique location up on the cliff side, the frozen cliff side, fighting zombies. It's a lot more narrow than some of the other multiplayer maps, so it definitely kind of changes up your strategy as the orb is moving and you're following along. And it's also worth noting that we'll be keeping containment around as an LTM for the time being. We've seen a lot of success and people are enjoying that, and we want to make sure that stays around so people can keep having fun with it.
Guys, as always, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.
Thanks, John.
So, there we go. The storyline is heating up. It excites me when they say they are now moving away from the Cold War in terms of story, and we're now going to be getting a deeper look into some of the characters that have been in the background. Hopefully that means Eddie, if he's not dead. And as we expected, when we do get that Outbreak Easter egg, that will tie directly into the next Berlin map. So there we go. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. As always, hopefully you have enjoyed. If you have, you know what to do. Drop a like rating, make sure you are subscribed, and I'll see you all in the next video. Until then, goodbye.